created my own view of sex as a 4 to 7 year old. 4 to 7 year olds can't process that amount of adulthood at that age. But all up into my early 20s, everything to do with sex was ruled by a 4 to 7 year old's version of what sex means, because that's what was first introduced and taught to it. And so I had to do, to me, I'm a visual person. So my thing is I imagined, again, this is why I love this question. I do this with all of the negative agreements that I have found in my life. But I imagined at the time I was 23 when I read this book, I imagined my 23-year-old self right after it happened, lifting up my 4-year-old self and saying the things to that 4-year-old that 4-year-old couldn't possibly understand, but needed to understand. You're beautiful. You're not ugly. What happened to you was ugly. There's nothing wrong with you. It's their ugly. You don't have to carry it. Sex is a beautiful thing between a man and woman that absolutely love each other and are committed to each other. And all the negative agreements that I had made as a kid about that, because what I had found myself doing is I was in my head, I knew sex wasn't supposed to be bad. God wouldn't make it feel so amazing if it was bad. So why did it feel bad? Why did I feel ugly? Why did I feel dirty when I had any kind of sexual contact with a woman? So I went back and talked to that 4 to 7 year old. And to be honest with you, up into my mid 30s, I had to turn around and go back to the 23-year-old and go, hey, let's work on this again. Let's talk about, and go back to the 4-year-old and go, okay, we've learned a lot. We read Lou's book about how to absolutely pleasure a woman. So
it's not bad.
No,
right?
No. And so you constantly go back and revisit making healthier and more appropriate agreements. But I love the visual of going back. Yes, I would never change what happened to me. But I absolutely would love to go back and mentor my younger self and change the way they processed it and accepted the traumas that they went through. And that's the only way you can actually move forward from today in the healthier way.
No, I agree.
So I love that question.
So, my friend, we are going to have to wrap up episode 1 here, but I think all of our viewers have absolutely gotten a taste of who we both are. What do you think?
I do too. I'm really looking forward to this. I appreciate being here and having the chance to do this with you. I know we've done it a few times, just you and I, just talking to each other about life. I'm really happy to be able to put this out there.
Me as well. I really am. So we will be putting together episode 2 and episode 3 very soon for all of you. We will be posting out there exactly what those episodes are going to be so that you can participate. But just to give you kind of a sneak peek, we're going to be talking about hormone replacement therapy and how it affects men and women and the opposite sex and how they view it. We're going to be talking about past traumas and triggers. We're going to be talking about so many different things, and the 4 agreements is going to come up on numerous occasions. I have ordered the book myself, so I'm very excited about that so that we can go into more discussion about that. And we look forward to seeing all of you in future episodes.
So I know, so my Facebook speaking page is Eddie Cunningham. You can find it on there. And then my Instagram is Edified Living. What were yours?
Mine is actually Tina Valiant. I also have Relationship Real Estate if you want to see more on what we're doing with real estate. I also have Finding Your Voice. It's called Book Finding Your Voice. That is another one of my pages. And we have many more things coming up on all of those. I also have a private women's Facebook page called what is it called? Women Thriving Together with Tina V. And Eddie is actually the only male allowed on that page, so that if women have a question that they'd like to ask a man about why do men think this, or it seems that men think that he is on there to help guide, but he's the only woman allowed on that page. So,
cool.
Absolutely. I also have a website that I should probably mention, and that's tinavaliant.com, where you can actually purchase my books and see any upcoming events that we all have.
Yay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Great episode 1, Eddie. Let me clear out. All right.